up, guys? Hold on. There we go. Yep, that's better. Don't mind the amazing look. This is my quarantine look. I'm actually going to patent this. I couldn't figure out where to put the max tracks for this Jeep of mine because it's so narrow, and the max track's about 4 feet long, and the Jeep is 4.5 feet wide, that I couldn't really put it across the back. I didn't want to put them straight up anymore because of how much wind they catch and the breakover angle and stuff, I mean the departure angle. So I figured out where to put them. Check it out. They fit perfect under the body on the tub. So that's where they sit. So not only are they like nice and tight under there, very easy to get to, they also protect the rocker panel. And they're not very thick. It's pretty much exact height as the frame rail, so I'm not losing any ground clearance really. Protects my rocker panel. Single strap footman loop drops them down. I do have a safety pin in it, along with another pin here to keep them steady. There's nothing in the front. I don't think I need anything. I mean, they're freaking in there. But if they rattle, I guess I could add another footman loop, another strap, but I don't think you can get it any tighter.
So after a much needed haircut and a bunch of body work, the Jeep is finally out in the driveway. And this is what it looks like in its raw form before we get to painting it and getting it running. At this stage, I was rolling it in and out of the building.
We're at the point now we're starting to get ready for paint. To me, it's like a 10 of 10 because this is one of the very few vehicles that I've actually built 100% for me. I didn't build it for anybody else or any idea to sell it or anything like that, which most of the time it's, you know, you're building it with the idea of maybe some days you might sell it, so you don't want to make it too crazy. But this one is mine 100%. So I built it exactly to what I want it to be. Now, clearly it's far from done, but it's getting there. It's really tiny. The thing is like 10.5 feet long and like 4.5 feet wide. I freaking love it. So this is what it looks like. It's little. I had to rework the tranny tunnel a little bit. I saved the original bullet holes that are in it, and there's actually 2 in the back. That was a fuel well, but now it's for storage because I put the gas tank in the back. Had to clean them up. Gas tank's under here now. I had to make the gas tank. That was fun. Never made a gas tank before. I had to make the seat fit with the tire. That's all the stuff for the equipment that came with them. Reworked the steering system. It now has power steering with a huge freaking FJ80 power steering system. The engine, Toyota drivetrain. Good old 22R with 60,000 miles. Bing! W57, I believe, or 56 transmission, the gear-to-gear case, the 8-inch rear end, the big boy 85 solid front axle with a laka, tires and wheels. That's basically what it looks like currently. I have a lot of stuff to put on it and work with here, a lot. I got a top I gotta build the cage, I gotta do the winch stuff, all the LED lighting is gonna have, factory buckets and everything, just LED. Because when it's basically shut, it just looks like an old World War II Jeep. And I kept it that way because I love the originality of that. God, I love this thing. All right, well, welcome back. It's been a little while. I did all the body work. And I did all of the fitment and fenders and everything else and got it ready for paint. What you see here is a primed old Jeep. So today I get to paint it. I saved you guys all the boring work of sanding and sanding and sanding and more sanding. Must be nice to just jump to the next project. So there she is, ready for paint work. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to paint it yet. If I'm going to... I'm not sure how I'm going to paint it yet, like which parts I'm going to paint first. The windshield's going to be a pain in the butt. It's so intricate. It's really intricate. It's got all these little crevices and stuff. Saved the bullet holes that were in it. A couple of them. Let's make with the painting, huh? Today we have help with the part I'm not so good at, wiring. The garage is an absolute explosion mess. There is crap everywhere. It's just such a mess. I don't even want to look at it. Today we have Keith in his color match pants. Hello, Keith. Say hello.
Hi.
Keith, who's obviously extremely energetic, he came with us in the Land Cruiser. Keith drives an 80 series Toyota Land Cruiser. You all know Keith. Something you might not have known about Keith is he's very, very, very good with electrical.
Don't zoom in on this part.
He's helped me get the wiring all put together. The harness I got was out of an 85 Toyota truck. Oh, look, a bee. Okay, it's back. 85 Toyota truck, but it was just a cab, and it had been cut up and used up, and there was nothing left of it rotting in the woods. So the harness was a little sketchy, so we're putting it back together because it's the right year for the drivetrain. So it's come along pretty good. Stuff rolling around. Keith, is this up to code? Is this correct here? Oh, here it is. Hey, I found the alternator plug. I put gas in my gas tank that I handmade. So far, no leaks. It seems to be working just fine. I did forget, however, to buy a gas cap. Got a bag for a gas cap. All right, Keith, the moment of truth. I haven't just set up like the run rigidly.
Gas in the tank? Oh, so you should pump it up?
Yeah, if I keep it running, so it's just slowly. I literally built this carburetor out of garbage. It runs! Thank you, Keith. It's finally outside. It actually runs now and drives. I got all the lighting yesterday with my buddy Keith. I still got to build the roll cage and everything, but that's later. Front came out good. All little blackout lights are now blinkers. Runs actually really good. I built the carburetor out of literally garbage I had left over. So it worked out good though. I mean, it runs perfect. I'm working on the old Jeep, got it running now. It's outside. I had a lot of problems with the cooling system. The cooling system had dirt, like topsoil, packed in the engine, and I washed it out best I could before I put it in. But I didn't realize it must have just been like hard packed in there all over the place. So of course it filled my brand new radiator with, literally like dirt and paint. It wasn't even the color of the truck or the Jeep. I don't know where that came from. Maybe an animal put it in there. But anyway, so I've got hoses flushing out. I took the radiator out like 10 times. That's what it looks like now. I'm feeding it cool water in here, and it's coming out lukewarm, kind of warm, out of the upper hose, so I know it's flowing. I got my temp gun, and I've been temping the motor. It's doing fine. Running really good. My poor radiator, I had to dump all this dirt out of it. I kind of washed it away, but you see all this black, it's just dirt. Here's some. It's the strangest, gritty steel, everything, and it's just, you can't leave that in your motor. And of course, the way this radiator is designed, it's tapered, and the hose is up here, and it's tapered, and the drain's up here. It means this whole area here, my finger down, just fills up with crap and just stays down there. So it's really important that this system is clean. That's what I've been trying to do, is clean it. Classic Toyota. Perfect. 17 years that sat with no, literally just in the rain, no cover, nothing. It had a cover obviously over the carburetor, and that was literally it. That's probably why it was so full of stuff. Uh-oh, my hose popped out. Well, here she is, all put together, basically ready for some overland adventure, which it will be going on here shortly. Everything's done, everything's working. I put the top on it, which is actually off of a YJ, and I kind of made it fit. The roll cage is just a 1.5 inch DOM pipe, bent to fit. The interior is all there. Ain't much of it really, but a floor mat and a steering wheel and a seat. I put the gas cans in a slightly different orientation because they didn't work out well where they were. The original Jeeps, the spare goes here, and then the one fuel tank goes here. But I changed that obviously because I carry a little bit more equipment. I did leave the original holes, and I didn't go crazy making that fit. Those are the correct year brackets anyway, that hold the jerry can. Got the axe and everything on the side. I actually ended up adding a little more equipment in different places. I stuck a little axe down in here, which just stays in there, but it rattles once in a while, and it makes me think the engine's knocking. This is actually a new fire extinguisher. I just painted brass colored to look a little more original. That's my toolkit for the jacket up. This is all factory stuff. Axe is the original one I found and restored it. Shovel is a reproduction, but basically it's just a shovel. I finally got my gas cap. I got the original F-marked reflector. Got the decals on it. Jeep's name. She likes to go by her middle name, Maggie Rose. Middle name and last name. Got the glass in it. Got my wipers on it. Nice. They're literally mechanical. You grab this handle and wipe away. You know, this way they can't break. They work pretty good. Look, just took the dust off the windshield. I found a original war era bottle opener, which I use. I stuck the machete down here on a magnet mount. Seat belts, which was the main thrust of putting in the roll cage, was the seat belts. There has to be some safety. Plus, if I roll it over or something, I'd like to have a Jeep to be able to fix. The cage bolts in, so I can unbolt it. I did weld the middle one because there's really nothing to bolt to. CB mount, my broken rearview mirror. That aluminum thing's actually a bed. It hooks into those two bolts sticking out of the dashboard, and it lays flat so I can sleep inside it. These are the little toolboxes. Inside them is basically tools. So there you have it. The completed 1943 Ford GPW radio Jeep. Everything works really good on it. It drives pretty good. I was impressed at how well the shocks and the suspension felt. I ended up going with Toyota pickup truck 1990 two-wheel drive rear shocks because they almost have no compression or valving to them. So it kind of helped with the ride quality. The tires are a 10 ply, so they should probably be like a 6 ply. That'll help the ride. But all in all, it really, what it feels like to drive, it's pretty unique. It feels exactly like a YJ going down the road. I mean, to the T. But to the feel of it feels exactly like an 85 Toyota truck. So I combined two pretty cool vehicles and components to make my Jeep. I love my Jeep. And this little guy is gonna go on a lot of adventure. It's rough. It's not the Hilux. It doesn't have a fridge behind the seat and a built-in kitchen and an actual bed. But it's probably one of the coolest vehicles ever made, in my opinion. This is where it all started. All that Jeep history, all the Jeep stuff started right here with the old World War II Jeeps. And I have a little something else for this Jeep that's a little bit of a surprise for it. It don't know I have it yet. So I'll show you guys though. It'll be probably part of the next thing I build. All right, Maggie, here's your gift. 1949 M100 military trailer from the War Department. Actually, their maintenance department. All original, e-brakes still on it, don't work. Original tires, flat. Original metal, in good shape, except for that hole. So here she is. This is gonna be pretty much the next restoration project I think I undergo, because this trailer is gonna become more like overlandy and be connected to my Jeep. Since the Jeep has very limited space and we take a fair amount of gear with us on the longer trips, gonna need a trailer. So I snagged this bad boy. It's really good shape, $400, which may seem like a lot for a little tiny trailer, but they're hard to find. So stay tuned for that restoration.